All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rachal Kodash, double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I want to send much love unto the brothers out there doing his work in truth and sincerity. And also I want to send peace and blessings unto the believers of the hopeful elect. And in this lesson, I wanted to do an open forum through the Spirit of Yahweh Shai and talk about a few things that I saw in the news today, and also get some scriptures, man. And I pray that your brothers and sisters out there are edified and comforted. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to talk about here is this article from Michigan Advanced, and as you can see, the title of this article reads, "As opioids overdose deaths keep rising, report urges lawmakers to develop new approaches." Now, this overdose death is here in America, okay? According to the CDC, the numbers have risen, and they're basically getting out of control, man. These Americans are hooked on opioids, man, okay? They even take them for enjoyment, right? You got Jake, they rap about, popping pills and all this stuff, man. But you have a lot of people dying from taking these pharmaceutical drugs, man. Okay. Now, I want to jump down here, just straight to the point of this article, man. It says here, overdose rates jump in recent years. And I want to read a small portion of this here. It says, drug overdose rates in the U.S. have risen fivefold in the past 2 decades, according to a Centers for Disease Control and Prevention study published in December. So these overdose deaths, man, they're constantly increasing by the year, okay? It says the study shows that deaths attributed to opioids, including synthetic opioids like fentanyl and its many analogs, have been steadily on the rise, with a staggering jump in recent years. And fentanyl is a major, major killer in America, man. It's the top killer, okay? Fentanyl, man. A lot of people are hooked on that stuff, bro. And it's scary, okay? And I'm going to show you a video of what people look like when they on fentanyl, man, and other stuff mixed with it, okay? It's sad, bro, but this is America. It says the CDC tracked a record 107,622 overdose deaths in 2021, saying 1,238 of them were due to man-made illegal fentanyl substances. So fentanyl plays a big part in overdose deaths, man, okay? You people out here, buying these drugs, not knowing what's in them, and you're taking them and you're dying, man. Fentanyl is so dangerous, they say that if you touch it, you can die, man. Why would you want to deal with anything like that? But see, these people here in America, they so stressed out and so, just overwhelmed with this life, man. They're trying to find any way to escape, bro. Any way to escape. And they choose drugs just to mentally, clock out for a couple minutes or whatnot, whatever, hour, whatever. But then it's back to reality. It's back to this hell in Babylon the Great. But you people taking fentanyl, man, that is a scary drug. All right, but do you? It says the agency defines drug poisoning and overdose deaths as those resulting from the unintentional or intentional overdose of a drug, being given the wrong drug, taking a drug in error, or taking a drug inadvertently. It says illicit fentanyl ending up in other drugs, for example, counterfeit prescription pills, cocaine, and heroin. So they're mixing fentanyl with this stuff, man. And you got Jake partaking in this, bro. That's the sad part about it. Because usually it's Esau who's the main cokehead, especially he's a damn heroin addict. All right? But you got Jake involved in this crap too. It says, has been the target of federal agencies and the subject of multiple congressional hearings and roundtables. Now, I wanted to play this video here to show you, all right, how bad it is here in Babylon the Great. And these people, man, I mean, this shit is just sad, bro. But this is the reality, man. And this is a video from 7 News Australia. It says, the flesh-eating drug taking over America. All right? A flesh-eating drug, man. And they're talking about Trank, all right? It's a drug, it's a damn animal tranquilizer mixed with fentanyl. But here's the video. Okay, I don't want to spoil it.
Well, the sound of it alone is frightening, and when you see the reality of it, your heart just breaks. A new flesh-eating drug heaping further misery on the drug addiction crisis in America. Our US correspondent David Woywood's just returned from Philadelphia. Good evening, David.
Good evening, Michael. Yes, look, it's confronting stuff. We visited one of America's great cities, Philadelphia, and we witnessed it being savaged by this new drug. Now, it is called Trank. It is highly addictive, and users, they are openly injecting and dying on the streets in broad daylight. The scariest part about all of this, however, is that lawmakers still don't have much of a plan in place to try and curb its rapid spread.
I lost like 20 of my friends in the past year. Like it's horrible. From Trank and fentanyl, like it's been insane out here.
The xylazine is really making us look like zombies, like physically look like zombies. Like my leg looks like it's something out of a horror movie.
Hooked in a vicious cycle of brutal addiction. Zombie-like victims, slumped and barely conscious, they line these streets openly, injecting themselves and each other. They are the tragic face of America's latest desperate drug emergency.
Old heroin, you could go 8 to 12 hours without doing a bag. This is like 2-3 hours later, you're starting to feel sick already.
And that's because here, under this train line in northern Philadelphia, drug dealers have perfected a cruel new cocktail tormenting those at their lowest point.
I OD'd like 13 times in 1 month because it's hard to adjust to it.
They're cutting heroin, but more often fentanyl, with a powerful animal sedative called xylazine. It's a lethal mix known simply on these streets as Trank, and it's supercharging America's raging opioid crisis.
And you can see there's still gauze in there. See the cause?
Yeah.
That's why it's not healing all the way.
It's taking lives and limbs.
I did inject it. I haven't injected there since then.
Yeah, but that it can pop up anywhere is what I'm sort of saying.
Yeah. But no, I definitely.
A nasty sore, man. Why would you take some drugs that would do that to your body, bro? Knowing this shit, is dangerous for you. These people still take it, man. Because mentally, they're drained, okay? They're overwhelmed with this life here in Babylon, man. Some of these people, had hopes and dreams of making it in this life. It didn't work out, and they crashed out, man. They crashed out, bro. Okay, you got men and women on these streets, man. Looking terrible. All right, I'll play a little more of this video, then I grab a precept, man.
We hit there. And it pops up down here too.
The drug rots human flesh. It's quite literally eating them alive.
Like all this was open like a month ago.
Basically, from my knee all the way down to my ankle is like no skin, like all exposed.
Here, tranq users rely on volunteers to clean and dress their injuries, most far too gruesome to show. It's a painful process, but a crucial one.
That's where tendon is. I know for sure that I'm going to lose at least one of my legs.
One thing that you don't really get prepared for is the smell of these wounds, that fetid stench of infection, and it's infecting so many people here in this clinic.
Kensington and Allegheny, this is like a drug central right here. I used to live right there on that corner.
Few know the deprivation and the desperation on these streets better than Jose Castillo.
I've heard these streets here described as the Disneyland.
Oh my God, yeah, it's an open air market. Like it's literally a third world country in the United States.
For years he lived, and more than once, almost died here.
How do you feel now when you see these images? You're 6 months clean now.
I see myself. Like I used to be that dude. Like I remember I get like flashbacks of me sitting right here.
Police patrol this lawless pocket of America in name only. It's drug dealers and their masked henchmen running these city blocks.
Is it dangerous for us to be around here?
Yeah, definitely. Especially like with cameras and stuff. Like
A warning realised just seconds later as a street enforcer made it clear.
No. You know what I'm saying? Like, hurry up, pull up. Go around them and get away. Yeah,
Observers aren't welcome.
All right, man. So that's enough of that. Okay, but you see how bad it is here in Babylon the Great, man. Okay, this place isn't all shiny and fluffy and the ish as it used to be, man. This is a nasty kingdom, all right, both morally and spiritually. Okay, fentanyl, tranq, right? Flesh-eating drug, man. And you people have, just completely clocked out mentally, and you still taking this stuff, and it's sad, bro. All right? That's fucking witchcraft, man. And the scripture speaks about that here. In Galatians chapter 5, all right? It says, Galatians 5:19, now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulation, wrath, strife, sedition, heresies. Now, I wanted to get the word witchcraft here in the Greek, okay? Because the word pharmaceutical, all right, goes back to this word here, pharmakia. And I'll let Esau pronounce it here.
Strong's G 5331. Pharmakia.
Right. It says the use or the administering of drugs. And this is what we see here in America, man. The use and the administering of drugs, man. CVS, Walgreens, okay, Walmart, HEB. They're all administering pharmaceutical drugs to you, man. Opioids to you, man. And you Americans are hooked on them, okay? There are plenty of articles and documentaries and news clippings of people, saying that they can't live without, taking a certain opioid, man, a certain pharmaceutical drug. But this is witchcraft, okay? It says poisoning. What you just saw here in this video, man, was poisoning, okay? Flesh-eating drugs on these so-called Americans, man. This is some sick stuff. It says sorcery, magical arts, often found in connection with idolatry and fostered by it. And Esau's a damn sorcerer, man. He's a witch, okay? He's the one, or I should say, he's the reason why these drugs here are in the streets, man. He came up with this crap, bro. And you people, I mean, you take these drugs, man, and you die. Okay, you die or you get hooked on them, can't get off them. It's sad, bro. Okay? Nobody should be popping no drugs, man. I mean, or popping no pills, bro. You niggas in the hood glorifying this stuff, man. Rapping about it. Can you sing about it? Taking drugs. I heard a girl say, I don't want no nigga if he ain't popping no perk. And of course it was a so-called black woman. Only she would say something like that with her simple ass. But you got Jakes out here popping pills, trying to be cool and fit in and get the hoes, man. What is wrong with you guys, man? Down here in the strong definition, it says medication, right? Pharmacy, right? This for grandma now. Medication and pharmacy, right? There ain't no medicine, man. Before my grandma died, she was on like 10 drugs, okay? She was on like 10 pharmaceutical drugs, man. Then none of that shit helped, bro. None of it, bro. And now she in the spirit world, okay? And look, I'm glad, bro, because she was catching hell, okay? She was catching hell, man. Barely could move, barely could do this, barely could do that. And there's a lot of old people out here like this, man, who take pharmaceutical drugs for every day of the week, 4 times a day, okay? Losing, man. This is madness, but it's America. So now moving on here, all right, to this video that was put up by Glenn Beck. It says war and civil unrest. What could happen if the banks collapse? Okay, and he's going to give a scenario of what he think might happen if these small commercial banks collapses, man. And basically what he's going to describe is what's inside of 2 Ezra chapter 15, man. And I'm going to get that, chapter, and I'll read a couple of verses in there, man. But this banking situation, all right, with the money, everything going on, man, is going to lead to civil unrest. It's going to lead to all hell breaking loose more than likely, okay? Who knows how this thing's going to play out, but these different stepping stones, man, is leading to scriptures being fulfilled, leading to Jacob's trouble, leading to just complete chaos in the streets of Babylon the Great and around the world, but especially here in America, okay? So I'm going to play a few minutes of this video here by Glenn Beck.
You're a longtime listener. You know that I freak out about these things. I said last week, I don't think this is it, but it's going to look a lot like this when it does come. And I want to spend just a couple of minutes here talking to you about what is coming eventually. I could be wrong. This could be it. I don't think it is, but I am growing more cautious by seeing what's happening behind the scenes. Lots of planes flew in to see Warren Buffett over the weekend. After Warren Buffett had a phone call with Joe Biden about the banking system, all these people, we don't know who they are, and we think they went and met with Warren Buffett. We don't know. But what I do know is in 2008, we were trying to stop a depression. Remember, they said the entire banking system was about to collapse and it would have put us in a depression. There's $23 trillion in the US banking system today, and everything is interconnected. The contagion, meaning one bank falls, then it's dominoes. It goes across the water, and it will collapse everything unless you're disconnected. Hello, Russia. Unless you're disconnected from that banking system. The banks were saved in 2008, but just that crisis, with them being saved, we had unemployment at nearly 11%. We are now looking at a bigger problem if it fails. We're looking first at our big local and regional banks. The government will have to bail them out. By the way, do not take your money out of those banks. You will be FDIC insured. If you're a business, check with the bank. But don't take your money out because that will collapse the system. They provide 60% of all of our commercial loans. If the small banks collapse, 60% of all of our loans and our businesses collapse. Be very, very bad. We are not looking at a depression situation. We are looking at a complete collapse of the West if this happens. You'll have social unrest, but I think the government is souping this up already. It will happen not only here, but all over the Western world. That will cause a further breakdown of supply chains. If you lose 60% of your business funding for your businesses in your country, what does that mean? It means you're going to have lots of people without jobs. They're not making things, which then what happens? If you have the supply chain, you first need to worry about medicine and food, because that will be of a real concern. But if businesses lose their capital, they lose their ability to produce products and services. They lose their ability to employ. People lose their jobs. That would make for worse inflation, maybe hyperinflation, because the federal government will bail everybody out, and all of that money will be circulating, and fewer goods, if the global economy would collapse, fewer goods will be coming in, so the price of those goods could go to hyperinflation. The issue is that the middle class, the working class, the poor class, they're the ones who are going to bear the brunt of most of this. Last time around, from 2007 to 2011, 5.7 million people had their houses foreclosed or short sale. We are looking at a possible, and I really truly believe this will happen before 2025. So you need to mentally prepare. This is a completely different world if this happens. And if it happens, it will happen quickly.
Right. And this submission is too. This year at the World Economic Forum inside of Davos, Switzerland, they said they see a cyber attack happening in the next 2 years. That's by 2025. If that happens, man, that's going to add on to all of the hell and chaos that's going on right now. It's going to amplify times 1,000, bro. Okay? A bank collapse would seem like nothing to that, bro. So they said it, it might happen. I don't know, but hey, it could happen, man. And it's going to go left very, very fast. Okay? But playing the rest of this here.
We are headed towards a currency reset. If it is a cryptocurrency, if it is a central bank digital coin, CBDC, we're going to get bargaining. And here's what's going to happen. The government will step in and say, this is too big for anybody else to handle. We'll handle it with the Fed. We're resetting the currency. It's going to be a digital dollar. It'll be in the Fed. Every American has an account now with the Fed. We will give you more than what your dollar is worth right now.
And the CBDC is coming, okay? It's here, but it's going to be issued on a nationwide scale, man. There's no stopping the dollar from going digital, okay? It's too late. And you have this guy here, Ron DeSantis, all right, the governor of Florida, talking about he has a plan to oppose Big Brother's digital dollar, meaning that if you get elected as, president, he's gonna, put, some kind of, plan in place to stop the digital currency. Ron DeSantis, I'm here to tell you right now, bro. If you get in the way of these elites and try to do your little thing, bro, they'll knock your ass off. Or they'll scare you into acquiescing to their plans, man. They already laid out their plans, bro, at the World Economic Forum. They said what they wanted in the earth, man. They have 17 goals that they want to fulfill before 2030. And you think a nigga like Ron DeSantis is going to stop them from achieving that? No. The scriptures say when Esau is in the fullness, well, basically Esau, he's going to reach the fullness of his sufficiency. He's going to fill his belly somewhat. So they're going to get a chance, all right, to put the C-hip in people, have these 15-minute cities, the social credit score. They're going to get it up and running. So I don't know what Ron DeSantis is talking about, man.
Now, for the first, 8 weeks, your dollar will be worth $1.25. So get your digital currency now. And in 6 weeks, it's going to be worth $1. And 6 weeks after that, it'll be worth 75 cents. Eventually, it will be worth nothing. And it will force everybody into a digital currency, which will ultimately control absolutely everything you do and a lower standard of life. But a lot of people will be happy because there's some normalcy. It also would mean most likely a war. All of these things are beyond possible right now. The financial and the reset to a digital currency is not just possible, it is probable. The war, I don't know. What would you say, Stu? Probable or just still possible?
Probable?
Yeah, I think so too. Probable. So you have to get yourself in a different mindset, please. I told my wife, and I'll tell you, because I want to tell you what I would tell my own family. We got to go shopping tonight. We have our emergency food, but if this happens, you'll have a breakdown worse than COVID. You won't be getting the money. The money will start to inflate quickly. Prices will spiral out of control. And when you have, especially in some areas, when you have a breakdown of trucking or...
All right, man. So this is all I'm going to play on this video there. But that scenario that Glenn, Beck gave out could very well happen. Okay. But we do know, according to prophecy, that civil unrest is going to happen. That Jacob's trouble is going to happen, that a famine is coming. More plagues will be pushed out into the earth, man. This is in the Holy Bible. So I'll read this 2 Ezra here, 15, man, to not close out. This 2 Ezra 15, starting in verse 1, it says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord Yahweh." And this is what we here at Great Millstone been doing, man, starting with the apostles and elders on down. We are speaking prophecy unto our people, giving them the warning, sounding the alarm so that they can prepare themselves. But all Jake not going to take heed unto the warning, unto prophecy. Only the elect are going to take heed, man. And the rest will be judged. But we're commanded to prophesy unto our people, okay? It says, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Every word in this Bible, man, is faithful and true. Meaning what? These things are going to come to pass. These things are going to happen. It says, fear not their imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee, right? Meaning the unbelief that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. So don't be worried about an unbeliever, a scoffer, man. They're going to die in their unfaithfulness. You got people scoffing against the breakdown of the MOTB. People saying that Jacob's trouble is gay. All manner of things are being said in Israel, man. But you guys going to have to eat those words, okay? Because we're headed into some very, very interesting times. Some very, very trying times, okay? Don't think that you're going to be going home every day, sitting on your couch, eating food and shit, bro. This finna change. A day is coming to where you won't be able to just go home and relax, right? And watch TV and play with your kids. That ain't going to be the case very soon, man. Things are about to get real. It says, behold, said the Lord Yahweh, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. This is what prepared for the world, man, especially America, okay? The sword, famine, death, and destruction. These things are going to take grips of the planet, man. You're going to start to see more and more mass deaths, like over there in Turkey, man. 50,000 people dead, tens of thousands injured. That's going to increase, man, around the world. The Most High God is about to do major, major damage, man. Okay? Because you people, man, you people here in America, you are, just filthy and you're proud, man. And the wickedness of this kingdom, oh my God, it's overwhelming. So the Most High going to address you people, man. It says, verse 6, it says, for wickedness had exceedingly polluted the whole earth, right? And it was done through America, all right, through Babylon the Great. It says, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. So you devils, you have spread this wickedness everywhere. So now the Most High God got to bring judgment everywhere. Harsh, harsh judgments, man. So jumping down here now to verse 14, okay, because Glenn was speaking about civil unrest happening. Well, civil unrest is spoken about here in the Holy Bible. Also, you could possibly have that protest go down tomorrow inside of New York, man. They're already setting up, bars and, cages and stuff, police officers getting prepared for a possible protest for Donald Trump, man. Who knows? But we do know that one of these days coming up, man, civil unrest is going to happen. People are going to be protesting, rioting, looting, all kinds of things, man. Because life is going to be harsh. This is verse 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up to fight against another in swords in their hands. And the modern day sword is talking about guns, man. Or people might have an actual sword. Who knows? But we do know that there's going to be civil unrest, people attacking each other, killing each other. Because things are going to be bad in these streets, bro. Okay? Children being slaughtered. The elderly being slaughtered, man. The love of many is going to wax cold. As it says in the scriptures. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, right? An uprising against the government, which we see happening all around the world. but it's going to increase. It says, and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So it's going to get to a point in the earth where the people are not going to listen to their local officials, to their governors, to the mayors, even to the president. They're going to do what they want to do, man, in order to survive, okay? It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. And more than likely, this is going to be because of martial law, man, okay? Once all hell break loose, ain't no more just traveling from state to state, city to city, man. Just freely going, no. More than likely, Esau going to set up checkpoints in certain zones. Only can go so far, right to 15-minute cities. This is going to happen, man. It says, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, right? No pity, man. It's going to get very, very, it's going to get gruesome in these streets, bro. To where neighbors are going to start taking each other out, man. Possibly eating one another, right? Cannibalism. It's going to get bad. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. For the lack of bread, man, no food in these streets. Can you imagine that? It says, and great tribulation. But imagine going to HEB, to Walmart, to Trader Joe's, or whatever you go to, and there is no food in that house. How would you react, man? What would you do when you got mouth to feed, okay? It's going to be real out here, man. Ezra didn't write this down for no reason. This is going to come to pass, man. And we're going to be in the midst of this, okay? But the Lord promised to feed his elect, man, to provide water, clothing, all right? Shelter, man, unto those who are of the elect. And look, we pray and fight to build this number, bro, because we don't want to get caught in the midst of these people out here like that, man. These Americans are going to fucking slaughter each other, bro. Don't think, what's his name? Keith at work is cool. When Keith ain't got nothing to eat at home, Keith gonna get wild. He gonna mess some stuff up, man. It's gonna get bad. Okay. So with that, I'm gonna close out, man. I pray that your brothers and sisters are edified. Just want to, cover that through the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai. I'm gonna close out by giving our praise and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Chakodash. The honor to the apostles and elders of the great millstone. Peace and blessings unto the elect. Shalom.